The next product we're going to review today is Service AI from Impel. Some of you might recognize Impel from their Sales AI platform, which has revolutionized lead follow up in dealerships that, maybe be short staffed in their BDC or want to reallocate resources to the BDC for outbound calling. Service AI does a similar function within the DMS to reach out to customers who haven't booked service, who've declined service, or are lapsed in their service intervals, all with artificial intelligence to increase engagement. And again, we're seeing more products driven with AI this year than ever before. And this is important because dealers are looking for ways to lower their operating costs, increase efficiency, increase retention, and the lifetime value of each customer. And Service AI does that. It does it in a unique way that dealers are raving about this platform, but don't take my word for it. Let's take a look at the overview on how Service AI is helping dealers automate outreach and bookings with customers that otherwise may have been overlooked.
Our Service AI technology and capability allows dealerships to automate all of the outreach that is required to drive retention at its highest level throughout the entirety of the customer's ownership of the vehicle, which spans 5, 6, 7 years. Outreach that is incredibly difficult to do manually. There are too many touch points, there are too many different services, or too many reminders, there's too many subsequent follow-ups to those services that's needed to get the person to see, engage with the message, and finally take an appointment and drive an RO. That oftentimes it is not done correctly, which results in lower than necessary retention rates. And so here's an example of the power of AI to drive not only ROs and service revenues, but to drive retention to its optimal level. So this is an example of a next service automation. So our Service AI automates first service, next service, declined services, recalls, warranty expiring, lost souls, abandoned customers. And this is an example that illustrates the power of AI to drive retention. So this is for next service. The person has already come on in, and now based on predictive analytics and DMS data, we're able to reach out ahead of time to this customer, which also enables the dealership to sidestep the call that may be generated from the customer to schedule the service. So we're getting ahead proactively in front of the customer before he decides to call, inundating the call lines of the dealership service department. So here's an example. Hi, Debbie. It's Sonia from Norview's Honda West Covina about your Civic sedan. Looks like it's ready for its next service. Ready to schedule? And now a conversation that's going to start pursuing the customer who oftentimes ignores the message, sees it, forgets to act on it. So hey, it's Sonia again about scheduling your Civic sedan for its next service. Friday's a good day for you? Hey, I'm just telling you I just want to remind you again about your next service for your Civic sedan. Is there a good time for you to bring it in? Hey, checking in again about servicing your Civic. Got a day in mind. And finally, after 1, 2, 3, 4 outreaches in the matter of a week, the customer 5 days later responds, yes, thank you. I can go in any day of this week. So then the AI in real time without missing a beat answers. This morning or afternoon work better for you? Did you have a day in mind? Happy to help schedule your first available check-in time for you. Now an alert is triggered to the staff, the service BDC in this case for this particular dealership, that alerts them of not only an engaged customer, but a customer that's raising their hand saying, yes, they want to come in. Now the customer responds, do you have Wednesday 10 to 11 a.m. open? And the AI responds, good afternoon. We can do Wednesday 1/4 at 10 a.m. Perfect. Appointment is scheduled. And now this particular customer is coming in, and not a single human was involved in getting this particular consumer to come in for a second service. And if you can imagine the power of that multiplied by every single touch point that is required of the customer, of the dealership to the customer to ensure that they don't defect to a competitor, that is the power of it to not only surface ROs that never would have been surfaced by the dealership, but also to drive retentions at the highest level possible for the dealership without having the staff up.
As you can see from the video overview, Service AI uses texting and emailing to execute efficient outreach to customers and connecting them with sales and service professionals inside your dealership. And this is an extremely efficient way to grow revenue, to increase the touch points each year that a customer receives from your dealership without worrying about, do I have enough staff to do it? Remember, dealers are sitting on a gold mine of untapped revenue. It's only because there's never enough time to do outbound outreach for declined services or service reminders, and this is where Service AI from Impel shines. If you'd like more information on how Service AI works for your dealership, go to impel.io and schedule a demo